Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We begin tonight with snow, a lot of it. New video from Drone 4 over Novi late this afternoon. Started out as flurries this morning, but as the saying goes, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did. And now to a live look at conditions out on the roads as we hit the height of the afternoon rush. This is in Milford in western Oakland County.
We're going to check in with our live drive crew here in just a minute.
But we want to begin, though, with Kim Adams. Kim, the amount of snow somewhat caught us off guard a little bit here.
Well, it came in a little earlier and didn't mix with any rain. So instead of getting 2 to 2.5 inches, we ended up getting about 3. In some spots, even got as much as 5. So definitely a little bit more, especially on the west side. We knew it would be more on the west side, but this was just, clippers are usually not that robust. We just apparently got a little lucky with this one, if you look at it that way. 5 inches in Novi, 4.9 Ann Arbor. So you can see the west side a little bit more than the east side. Macomb picked up 3 inches, 3.4 in Shelby Township, and about 3.5 in Troy. Temperatures are at or just above freezing right now. Most of the roads, the primary roads, are wet, but those secondary roads are still pretty icy, and a lot of them have not been plowed. So your subdivision is likely a mess. 33 now in Pontiac, 34 in Mount Clemens, 33 out at the airport. Now tomorrow morning at the bus stop, it will be dry, but there could be some fog. We do expect dense fog, especially in Livingston County. I'll talk more about that coming up in the forecast. And tomorrow afternoon, dry with temperatures in the upper 30s to near 40. So we've got some melting snow over the next several days, and we do need to talk a little bit more about the fog for tomorrow and overnight tonight coming up.
All right, Kim, we want to get outside now, see what it's looking like on the roads.
Let's get out to Mara McDonald tracking the evening commute. Hi, Mara.
Hi, Kimberly. We are in charming downtown Milford, and if you take a look around us, you can see that they got quite a bit of snow here in western Oakland County. I will tell you, we've been all over the place today. We have been up and down 696, the Lodge, 75, north and south, as far north as Oxford. Everywhere we have gone, I want you to take a look at what the freeways look like right now. They're clear. Road commissions have done a fantastic job of keeping all the major arteries clear. Roads like Telegraph, like Orchard Lake, all clear. Milford Road, where we're at, totally clear. And even a lot of the subdivisions that we've seen, clearly they have HOAs that have plow drivers. They've been plowed out. Now, if you live in a sub that relies on the Oakland County Road Commission or one of the other road commissions, that's a different story. They've been getting to them, but maybe not as quickly as one might expect. But right now, I mean, when I drove in here today, I thought we were going to have a terrible commute. So far, honestly, considering the weather, it's been a piece of cake. We're live in Milford tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
And that's nice to hear. All right, Mara, that snow came down really fast and heavy at times. You immediately started sending photos to my pics today.
User J-Dub sent us this photo of the snowfall this morning from West Bloomfield.
Marks sent us this photo saying, look like a snow globe today. This is the scene in Howell.
And we want to see your photos of the snow, so just head to the homepage at clickondetroit.com to find out how to sign up to My Picks.
All right, now to the trial of Jennifer Crumbley. Tonight, we're getting a look at some surprising photos from inside the family's home just after the shooting.
And shortly after that, we're getting our first look at what Jennifer Crumbley told investigators as they searched her home in Oxford.
Day 4 of testimony in the case and a slew of new evidence presented to the jury.
And that includes those first photos from inside the Crumbley family home. Sean Lay is live for us tonight. Sean, there's a lot to go through here.
Truly, and we've never seen those photos before. Sheriff's deputies serving a search warrant at the Crumbley family home just a few hours after the shooting up at Oxford High School. And we're seeing those photos for the first time. Also, there's questions if the Crumbleys secured that Sig Sauer handgun, 9mm, that they bought for their son just days before. There's a gun safe in these photos, and investigators say there's a combination to that gun safe, 000.
I was made aware this was the shooter's bedroom. The bed was covered with various things. There's some school books on it. There was targets visible on the wall that had what was apparent to be bullet holes in them.
Oakland County prosecutors and Oakland County Sheriff's investigators showing the jury photos of the Oxford school shooter's bedroom, showing nearly unlivable conditions. Right on the walls, targets with bullet holes in them. The shooter had 2 bedrooms in the Crumbley family home, the second basically in the same condition. A bathroom with items piled all over. In another bedroom, this is how the shooter left the gun case of the gun his parents bought for him the day of the shooting. along with an empty box of ammunition. Another photo, a gun safe was left in a closet. To open the gun safe, a code had to be entered into it. Here is the code.
It was 000.
Prosecutors allege that James and Jennifer Crumbley's alleged neglect of their son led to the deaths of Hannah St. Juliana, Tate Meir, Justin Schilling, and Madison Baldwin. Also in the shooter's filthy bedroom, an empty bottle of whiskey. Shooting video games are scattered around the house, the Crumbley's vehicle in a similar state as the Crumbley home.
My son just ruined his life. I'll never see him again.
Never see him again. That's what Jennifer Crumbley was saying inside the back of that sheriff's cruiser. Look, guys, that video was just played in court. We're breaking it down for you right now. So at 6 o'clock, it's a 45-minute video. Investigators playing it because Jennifer Crumbley had some instant reactions to this shooting and some information. Very calm, however. Again, a 45-minute video, guys, where in big chunks of time, she doesn't say anything. Investigators yesterday said most parents would be hysterical and worried about the people who were killed and also worried about her son. So we'll show you that video and see what you think live at 6, guys.
Yeah, another busy day in court today. Sean, we'll see you again in just a bit. And our coverage will continue also on this at 5:30. Christy McDonald has been spearheading our streaming coverage of the trial on Local 4 Plus. She'll join us with the big takeaways from today's testimony, including why the dean of students didn't believe the shooter was a threat and the one thing that would have changed his mind.
All right, next here at 5, America's largest bank doubling down on its commitment to the city of Detroit.
J.P. Morgan Chase is loaning $10 million to the Invest Detroit Fund, and the money is going to be used to spur small businesses and other developments in underserved neighborhoods. Victor Williams is live on this story for us tonight. Victor, sounds like this really is going to go where it's most needed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And it's going to help a lot of people, Devin and Kimberly. You know, this company has been around for the past 90 years, and they've done so much for this community, and they plan to do even more. Have you ever wanted to be a homeowner?
I have.
Homeownership has always been a lingering thought in Sinclair Reynolds' mind.
So that's not something that I think is in my future for a couple years.
There we go.
But maybe with this money I could be.
But now she'll have the chance to make that happen thanks to a program initiated by J.P. Morgan's Chase Bank.
$10 million investment is to catalyze low-cost loan fund that ultimately will help with housing creation, with loans to small businesses that desperately need the capital to continue to grow and thrive in this community.
There will be a $10 million investment for homeownership and undergirding small businesses.
Being able to partner and work for an institution that listens to the people on the ground and say, what do you need here? And that was from the CEO on down. What can we do to make things better for those that need a leg up or a lift up?
Some of Chase's top executives got together to talk about what they've done and what they plan to do. There was also discussion about the work that's been done over the past few years, $200 million in philanthropical donations since 2014.
The partnership wasn't just with the city of Detroit or with the city council or with our entity, but the foundations came to the table. For that matter, other banks came to the table. So we were just glad to be there to kind of bring everybody together to make the city a much better place for all Metro Detroiters.
I have lived in a lot of places, and one thing that is so incredible to me about Detroit is people love this city. They're so proud to be from this city.
And that's certainly true for all the people out there who are interested in getting a piece of this investment. Invest Detroit is the company that's going to make sure this money gets to where it needs to go. So that's who you guys need to get in contact with. Once again, Invest Detroit. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, Victor, we appreciate your report this evening.
All right, let's move to the big news today that was helping the sting of the Lions' loss. At least it was for me and a lot of Lions fans I've been talking with. Offensive coordinator Ben Johnson says he is not going to be a head coach for another team next season. He has told the team he is staying in Detroit and that he wants to go win a Super Bowl.
This was the first thing you said when you came in to work today. You're like, I needed this news. I think a lot of people did.
Yep.
All right, Bernie's back from California and here with us now.
He came to a lot of a surprise to a lot of people, right?
He's a red-hot commodity in the NFL before all this, in the coaching circles. But today came word he's staying with the Lions for at least one more year, and that's great news for an offense that continues to tick upward. We've got highlights of Johnson, just 37 years old. Most felt he would be the head coach of the Washington Commanders, but he's returning to the Lions with just just might be the best bit of news the Lions would get this entire offseason. There is a report from Fox Sports that Johnson was looking for $15 million per season as a head coach. His agent said that was false. ESPN went on to report Johnson's asking price, quote, spooked some teams, end quote. Johnson was also a candidate for the head coaching job with Seattle, but said no to them. Johnson interviewed with 5 different teams in January. He begins his 3rd season as Lions offensive coordinator in the fall.
I love it.
We'll take it.
Right? and there'll be a little something extra in his check.
I'm
imagine
sure.
around
I'm
here,
sure.
too.
You'll hear Frank Ragnow say it, and it's really true. This is not about plays, it's about players.
Yeah.
And that's what every coach says. So as much as you think Johnson has drawn up the plays and everything, if you don't have the players, it doesn't really matter what he puts on paper.
This is really interesting. I did a little bit of reading on this earlier this week. It is really hard to hang on to offensive coordinators. They either succeed and move up or they fail and move down. But the churn rate is very high. Every single NFL team has hired a new offensive coordinator since 2021.
Oh, wow.
All 32 teams. So it's a really tough job to hang on to somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Successful ones are tough. They don't let them go.
Yeah. So really good news for the Lions.
Okay.